Ayan, bunot na tayo ng isa. Okay, at ang ating number na nabunot ni Binibining Glyza Sigera, ayan, ay ABP question number 2. Alright. Ang iyong napili ay ang Flood Control Project.
Isang magandang gabi po sa inyong kilikong manonood at lalo na po sa mga kurado. Ang pinapakita po nitong TV ito ay tungkol po sa flood control na project. Kung saan po ito po pinangungunahan ng mga DPWH na dapat po maging maayos ang mga daanan na kung saan para po hindi ito mag-cause ng mga pagbaha at mga aksidente sa ating lugar. Minsan po naging issue ang flood control dahil po sa budget na kung saan ang gobyerno ay kinurap na hindi naman po dapat nating gawin. Hindi natin dapat tularan. Bagkos, dapat po tayo po tulungan natin din sila na mga taong mamamayan na sana ipanalangin natin na sana wag nilang gawin at payuhan din natin ang mga taong gumawa ng ganun na mali ang kanilang ginawa. At tayo rin sa ating mga kabataan, mga mamamayan na naglilingkod at mga mamamayang tao, para po hindi magbaha, simple lamang po, itapon natin ang basura sa tamang lagayan para po hindi mag-cause ng flood control. And I thank you.
Thank you so much, candidate number. Number 16. At ang iyong ABB question photo ay death penalty for child rapists. Once again, death penalty for child rapists.
That penalty for child rapists. For me, I would agree. It depends on the situation. Because din sa Pilipinas, maraming mga nangaharas, and because of that, maraming nagiging biktima and nagiging nabubuntis na maaga na hindi naman nila kinagusto. And yeah, thank you.
Is Miss Soledad Garcia Santino. Ang nabunod ni Binibining Soledad Garcia ay
It's lucky number 13.
lucky number 13. And your ABP question photo is the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan Election 2026.
I believe that with what's going on right now from in our country right now, from the top level of the government, from the executive down to the local government unit, it's about time that we push through for our elections. It's about time that we push through for young leaders to be elected. For I believe that the young leaders are the hope of this nation. I strongly believe that with what's happening right now, it's about to have a whole revamp of our whole governing body, because this would definitely not just any individual, but it also help the whole people of the community, and so that at least we will not be relying so much with charity, but we'll be able to uplift each and everyone's dignity. I believe that it's very important also that we take into consideration that we should stop from electing people who are just running for position to protect their own personal interests in life. It's about time that we stop voting for people who are for corruption, but we should elect people who will protect the institution. Because I believe that in that way, we can say that we are not just only a Filipino who is very subjective, but we are objective with relying too much with integrity, accountability, and wholeheartedly that we can rely on transparency and hope it will be transpired in this coming SK 2023 election. Salamat po.
Thank Miss Denver Sharma Lopez. Number 4 is mirror or self-acceptance.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, especially to our panel board of judges. Self-acceptance is something that is really hard to do at first. You know, as a transgender person myself, it was really hard for me to accept who I was before. But then I realized I only have one shot at life. Who am I here for? I'm here for myself. If I'm not going to stand for myself, then who will? So the acceptance, I would say, comes from within. You have to trust yourself first before you can be, trusted by others or accepted by others. And I think that the best way for us to do it is also to promote something like love and care, which something that starts at home. And we parents here, I hope you're listening right now, self-acceptance is not just something that comes from within. It is also something that is influenced by the people around you. In order for us to accept who we are, well, it comes from within first, but then it will be influenced better. We will be able to accept who we are first, or we will be able to accept who we are better and faster if the people around us are nurturing, encouraging, and supportive as well. That would be all. Thank you.
Binibini.
So far so good. I'm kind of nervous actually, but somehow, nahimasmasan ako because yung warmest welcome ng Bagong Baryo is very warm talaga. At ramdam ko merong isang taong aabot ng tagay sa akin. Char.
Gusto mo ba?
Pwede naman, Char.
Ayan, bunot po muna tayo ng ating ABP question photo. Number.
Ay, pwede po bang pa-shoutout saglit?
Sige po.
Ay.
At ang iyong ABP photo number is number 10. And that would be SK abolishment or SK abolition.
I believe ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan. So, for me, it's not making sense for us able to abolish SK chairman. Kasi naniniwala ako ang pagiging isang SK or sangguniang kabataan this is the platform for us able to mold ourselves into a better person that we can lead, to become a leader who is just to have a care for their people. Because I believe the true essence of being a leader, not just intake or on their role, but it is more of uplifting their own community. So if ever we abolish this type of samahan, well, technically magkakaroon or magdidecrease tayo ng mga number of candidates who can lead our country in the near future. If ever man nawala ng kabataan dito sa ating bansa, ano ba ang silbi ng mundo when in fact, tayo mga adult ang gumagawa ng kanilang space for us able not just to be succeed in their life, but of course to create a safe space for the better future. Thank you.
Goddess number 6 is Miss Yoniel Torino Acebuche.
Your ABP question number. And
My
your
number.
number is your number also. Number 6. And that would be anxiety and depression. Once again, anxiety and depression.
It is imperative that anxiety and depression is one of the hot water topics that we should address, especially to the youth. And I am so glad that part of our panel of judges are part of the minority. And this is the right time for me to tell that anxiety and depression is not a joke. It is not a disorder for us to tell that if you are if you are anxious or if you are depressed, you are disordered. No. Because you should always remember that it is okay not to be okay. Because if we people should validate our emotions, it shows our vulnerability as a person. And if we allow ourselves to be vulnerable enough, we can have this emotional engagement that we could also feel within ourselves. And so I am also telling everyone that this kind of issue, calling all our local government units, especially our senators who are making laws in this kind of issues, that we should uplift a free consultation, free psychological settings within barangays, within municipal society, because this kind of issue should be addressed within the youth. Let us end the suicidal rate here in our country. Let us embrace our vulnerability as a person, because human as we are, our emotions are valid. We are okay to be sad, we are okay to be happy, but we should also learn to move forward with our emotions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Binibining Yuriel Acebuche. And ang iyong napili ay number 9. And that would be Duterte versus Marcos administration. Once again, Duterte versus Marcos administration.
Thank you very much. It is actually a very hot topic right now, wherein two of the leaders here in the Philippines, the President and also the Vice President, is actually fighting for power, fighting for all of the rights of the people, and fighting for their causes. But I believe, ladies and gentlemen, if we will going to understand as a Filipino, why do we need to take action about this? Why do we need to prioritize this issue? Simply because hindi naman maganda na nag-aaway ang Pangulo at Vice Presidente ng Pilipinas. Dahil tatandaan natin na tayong mga Pilipino, tayong mga mamamayan ang naaapektuhan. Ladies and gentlemen, lagi nating tatandaan na kung ang dalawang Pangulo or ang dalawang leader na pinakamataas sa ating bansa ay sila mismo ang nagbababa sa kani-kanilang panunungkulan, sa kani-kanilang liderato, iisipin niyo ho ba na aangat ang Pilipinas? Therefore, as a Filipino, I want to take this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, that we should always take our research. We should always be accountable. Here in the Philippines, we should vote for the leaders na talaga namang matutulungan ang mga Pilipino na hindi masasangkot sa anumang korupsyon, hindi masasangkot sa anumang pagnanakaw, bagkus sa ang leader na tutulong sa Pilipinas at hindi kakalabanin ng kapwa niya leader, bagkus ang kanyang pinagsisilbihan ay ang kanyang kapwa Pilipino. Lagi nating tatandaan na tayong mga Pilipino ay boboto, hindi bobo tayo. Magandang gabi po.
Thank you so much. ABP question number number 5. And that would be Jeepney pays out. Once again, Jeepney pays out.
Thank you very much. Let me answer the question direct straight to the point. Jeepney pays out. To be honest, I am in favor with this one. Why? Para po ito sa kaligtasan ng lahat ng sumasakay ng mga jeep. Dahil ang sasakyan po, dapat nating malaman na kapag ito ay umiidad na ng 20 years old, karapat-dapat lamang po itong i-phase out. Dahil pwede na pong magkaroon ito ng mga problema sa makina na kung saan ito ay pwedeng magdulot ng aksidente. Hindi lamang sa mga driver, pero pwede rin maaksidente ang mga pasahero nito. Kaya't ang ating gobyerno ay karapat-dapat gumawa ng isang proyekto na tutulong sa mga jeepney drivers na bigyan sila ng bago at panibagong jeepney na kung saan mas moderno. Nang sa gayon, ang budget ng Pilipinas, ang buwis ng bawat Pilipino ay makatulong sa mga jeepney drivers. Karapat-dapat lamang po na ipamahagi yan sa mga Pilipino dahil yan ay pera po natin at hindi po pera ng gobyerno. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you so much, God.
Picked number 11. Okay. And that would be Overseas Filipino Workers. Once again, OFW or Overseas Filipino Workers.
Well, honestly speaking, I think our government has to revisit the reasons why many of our Filipinos are working abroad. Maybe there's something wrong with the Philippines. Maybe there are a lot of things that the Philippine government cannot offer in order for the Filipino family to sustain their lives. These are the questions that our leaders should answer. Are they lacking something? If the answer is yes to this question, then it is their job to think about solutions in order for them to make sure that our Filipino workers, our graduates, our specialists stay and work here in the Philippines. And I hope that our current leaders take this into consideration because we need these young minds. We need these people who work abroad to work within our country because, again, these are talents that's being wasted because instead of us utilizing these talents inside our country, they prefer to work abroad just for money. So I hope, again, leaders, think about it and ask yourselves, are you doing your job? Good evening.
Thank you so much, Nicole Ayala Dockerway.
Good to know. Okay, that's nice. Corriendos, Pomergientes. Oo, ganon. And your question, AVP Boto, is number 15. And that will be high cost of living. Once again, high cost of living.
Thank you so much for that question. Well, we are living in the Philippines, where we are considered as a third world country, not just like the America or the United Kingdom, wherein the cost of living is very appropriate to each citizen so they can sustain it. So I believe the best way for us to cope with the high cost living in the Philippines is to also increase the salary of each employee and of each companies here in the Philippines, that though many Filipinos workers could actually survive and sustain the lives that they have. Well, you know, actually, as someone who experiencing to live by myself because my parents are in Santa Maria, Bulacan, and I live alone here in Manila, even if I am a student, I could actually experience the high cost of living here in the Philippines through basic necessities that I am using. So I believe that in the local government units, it may sound cliche as it is, but you should prioritize on upskilling those people who are very vulnerable just to survive for a day in their everyday lives. Upskilling them, focus on microfinancing business so they would learn how to put their money on the betterment of their actually life. So I believe that these two things could not actually help them or only help them to survive, but it could give them a life that is dependable for the future. Good evening and thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Who did your makeup?
Mama Kian, Araneta.
That's beautiful. So,
Thank you
your
so
question
much.
for tonight is...
Wow.
Okay.
Actually, I'm a bit pressure right now.
No, don't be. I'm an
Hindi ba
old
tapos?
gay. Charot. Okay. Hello. How are you?
I'm
Pawis na pawis ka.
fine,
Dito tayo.
yes. Okay lang po yan, mother.
So your final question is...
Uwi na po ako, mother. Check.
Joke lang.
Okay. And your ABB photo number po is number 3. Alright? And that would be... poverty. Once again, your ABP question po though is poverty.
Good evening, honorable panel. Magandang gabi. 133 palakpakan. In a world, of course, where corruption exists, it's quite really a sudden part in this world, specifically in the Philippines. Poverty, I believe that the honorable panel of judges is an understatement word. Every one of us would always say it's because of the government. It's because we were born poor. No, it isn't. For me, at my age, at this point of time in my lifetime, poverty for me is a meaningful way of repercussion of your way on how you would encourage from uplifting yourself, not making that word poverty as an excuse. You should have to reciprocate it with hard work. And education scholarship is there. Huwag kayong mag-excuse na walang pampaaral ang mga magulang nyo dahil kung tunay kayong gustong mag-aral, kailangan maghanap ng scholarship para sa inyo. At kung sasabihin nyo mahirap ang Pinoy, hindi. Maabilidad tayong lahat. Nasa sa inyo lang kung tamad ka at hindi magsisipag. On my hand, I have to say that there is a certain amount of contribution of who will be our leaders. Ngunit paulit-ulit nating ibinoboto ang mga leader na paulit-ulit din nagnanakaw sa kaban ng bayan. So definitely, this is a never-ending cycle. It's upon us. You do not have to blame, but you have to blame yourself. Poverty is a word, a big word, but it could be possible if you make that the impossible into by taking seriously of your education. Because in this world, there are a lot of opportunity to uplift the status of your family and the status of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, De Los Santos. And that will be image of Black Nazarene.
Guys, I'm a born-again Christian, but I never judge how Christianity, how actually the devoted the image of Black Nazarene. This has become a part of our history. This is a part of our tradition. From the beginning, we saw how committed, how dedicated the people, how they actually praise and how they actually use the image of Black Nazarene as a motivation. But ladies and gentlemen, when we actually hold our faith, we must actually come with action. It's always not just the faith, but we always have to work hard when it comes to our life, when it comes to our ambitions, goals, and also to our family itself. So I would say, being a devoted image of Black Nazarene, we must just have to keep the faith and be motivated throughout our life. Thank you.
Thank you so much.